Are we live? We live? Okay, yeah, we are. I put the mic. Gotta figure out a proper position for it. Okay. So good news. Glyphon just released 0.6 16 hours ago, which means everything should be ready to go for 0.13 release. This was the main thing that, I mean, I think it was the last blocker for us, so awesome. We will probably need to change to accommodate this because we're currently using my fork of Glyphon, but it should be okay. Anyways, the first thing we're gonna do before anything is finish the changelog and do the actual changelog review. And after that, the idea is to review documentation and yeah, finish up any last touches for the release. So let's finish the changelog tool. There are a bunch of things that I want to change after thinking about it a bit. So first thing I want to do is the candidate name, this one. I want to change the name of this to contribution, which I think makes more sense. It's more understandable. And here, yeah, we have any candidate here. Yeah, let's change this to contribution. More than candidate. Candidate this was very generic, so yeah, should be better. What else? Let's see. Yeah, another thing I want to do is contribution fetch doesn't really make much sense. Like the function fetch over here, which is in the contribution. Like list contributions make sense, but fetching a contribution doesn't really, what is it fetching? So I think that it makes more sense to move this logic over here to actually pull request and make it an actual method of pull request. And here you pass the actual contribution. So this reads more like fetch a pull request for this given contribution, which I think is more understandable. We're gonna move that, all of this after contribution. Yep. Think right. So now we use contribution ID here and here. Cool. Nice. And so here, this now reads changelog pull request fetch contribution. And here we do the same thing. Changelog pull request fetch contribution. All right. So those are the two main things I wanted to do. Should simplify things. Okay. Another thing, I don't want to thank myself. That's not good etiquette. So I'm gonna remove my name from the authors. In fact, the changelog already includes myself. So I'm gonna move that from here. And whenever we push, if entry author doesn't equal me. All right, so that way I won't thank myself. What else? Right, I think it should be mostly it. The last thing I want to do, like if I press next here, yeah. So the last thing I want to do is so my fear is that I will be going through all these PRs. 138, there's a bunch of them. And my fear is that, well, I don't know, I'm in the middle of it, like 100, let's say, PR 100. Something happens, the app crashes, my computer crashes, or I just simply have to go somewhere, or I just get tired. If that happens and I close the app, then I will lose all the progress. So what I want to do, ideally, is I want to, every time I press next, I want to grab this changelog part and I want to write it to the changelog itself. So ideally, every time we press next, this will be written, this part over here, and it will be updated automatically. And because we've implemented the resume feature that parses that section already, we'll be able to just take off from where we left. So let's do that. How can we do that? We're gonna go here to the changelog main, and whenever we press next, right here, we'll push the entry, and additionally, we're gonna perform another task as well to save the thing. So here we're gonna be trying to think. We're gonna have yeah, we're gonna have a save task here. Task perform, and it's gonna be changelog save. Well, I need to clone it to take ownership of it, and here message changelog saved. We're gonna have a save operation in the changelog that we're gonna be able to use to save it. Then here we will just batch this task plus the save task. And here we'll just return save. And when we're done, we're finally gonna change self to empty, but empty, we're gonna rename it to done. So we're gonna put it there at the end. And so there's a done somewhere. Where's this used? Here, instead of no changes found, we're gonna say changelog is up to date. And now tada emoji. Can I copy that? Put it here. And let's just, in order to show the emoji properly, we're gonna need to enable shaping, the advanced shaping here. All right. So let's implement the changelog saved, the save method first. Have list that here. Save self. Result nothing or error. Right, let's return for now that. Just do nothing. And let's implement the message here. Changelog saved. Results. Changelog error. And here, if it's okay, we're gonna do nothing basically. If it's error, actually we have an actual error branch somewhere. Where is it? Where am I logging the errors? Here. I'm gonna move it at the end, so it's easy to add these. We just need to message changelog saved error here. Cool. Handle that. Hi, Batman. How's it going? You saved Gotham yet? All right. Let's see. Everything works here. Okay. Now let's try setting this to done and see what it says. See if it shows. How can we do that? I guess I could do it here. Just comment this thing. Nice. So when we're done, we'll show this message. Let's show a quit button here so that we can close the app. I don't know. Sounds like something we can do. Quit. Let a message quit. We have a message quit. We just call iced exit. Just a task. And then over here, when we're done, where's the done part? Right here. We're gonna show in a column the text and then a button. It's gonna say quit. On press, message, quit. Then in this column, we are gonna align it to the center so it looks nice. Yeah, that should be it. See? Yeah, cool. It quits. Add some spacing in there. Yeah, all right, works. Well, crap, now I need to undo. I commented it, right? Yeah. You left it? Why would you leave? You retired? Okay. So now whenever we press next, it's saving. It's returning okay. Cool. So now we need to figure it out how to save. Figure out how to save there. Okay. So let's open the changelog over here. So we gotta find a way to grab this part and only change this part of the file. Well, I hope crime doesn't skyrocket because of my stream. Don't blame me. Okay, so we're gonna read the changelog first. I think we're already doing this here. I'm gonna read the whole file over here. And then one way of getting the actual part that we want is, I believe, having, we have before, well, let's go like header of the changelog. Then we have the rest over here. And this is going to be marked down split once. We're gonna split at this character over here. So we're gonna split here. First part of the tuple is gonna be all of this right here. And then we're gonna grab all this part over here. Right, yeah, that's what we want. We want to split. Well, we're gonna be grabbing all of it afterwards. I guess we could simply do split once, split like that. Would that work? Yeah, I guess we can do that. So basically we create an iterator that splits this part over here, then this part over here, and this part over here, and so on. And then we grab this first part and we replace it with something else. And then just concatenate all of it together and save it right to the file. That could be a strategy. Decisions. I think it may be easier to split once here, then split again, and then we get all of it, the rest as is. Probably less error prone. But split is nice because it gives me an iterator, so I can just grab the first. I guess, I mean, it's gonna be similar. Let's just split once, I don't know. For now. So what we're gonna do is we split there, and if it actually cannot be split, it means the changelog is not in a good format. So we just do nothing. We just say, I mean, this is gonna error silently, I guess. Maybe we should return an error. Yeah, let's go. Error invalid format. Invalid format. Let's add here error message. The changelog is format is not valid. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Yeah, and now we're gonna just split the rest and do something similar again. And now if I'm not wrong, this should be, header should be the first part, unreleased should be that section the section we want to replace, this part over here, and then everything else, the rest should be just the rest. Let's make sure that works. So I press next. Okay. Okay, the rest seems to work. Let's see. Header is the first part. Yep. And then the release part is just, oh, that's not correct. It's grabbing until here. Interesting. That's, yeah, that's probably because we want, yeah, we want to split on new files here, new lines, sorry. I think we're doing the same thing over here. Yeah, right there. Makes sense. So we want to delimit the start and end of the heading, because if not, it's gonna split here, and then it will split this right here. This will match. But right now it will only match for this, because there has to be a new line prior to that. Okay. However, that means we are going to have to reintroduce these new lines somehow. We want to preserve the new lines in there, like the original one, the original format, or the original spacing. Header unreleased. Yeah, that's it. And it should end. Where does it end? There's the rest here. So it ends after the many thanks. Yeah, correct. Correct, that's fine. And then it starts 012. Yep. Okay. Okay, that's cool. And now we want to produce the output. So on release, we're just gonna rewrite it as format. Yeah, we want it like that. Unreleased, the heading here, new line, and then here we want the actual changelog that we have generated, and the changelog is going to be self to string. All right, so here we don't actually care about this part. We just throw it away because we're going to overwrite it with this. And I think we only need to add this part over there, and probably the new line as well here. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, and then for the rest, yeah, the rest, we need to also, well, it's splitting once, so we don't need to re-add it, do we? Oh, it's here. Yeah, we need to. So for the rest, we also need to prepend the thing. Is it possible to prepend? I don't think so. So we'll just add the rest like that. Okay. And then the whole changelog, it's actually going to be the headers part, unreleased part, rest part, and then we concat this thing. Think. Yeah. So first the header part, which is going to be this part over here, unreleased, and then the rest. Let's see. Can I print? If I print this thing, it should show, it should be formatted properly, I think. I think it has to use. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay. We care about the beginning. It's a long changelog. Splitting on is and space is better than, well, we need to use both, right? We need to delimit from both sides, because if not, it will match partially. I mean, ideally we would use a regular expression library or something, but okay, changelog, then the unreleased section, added, fixed. Yeah, that's it, that works. So all we need to do now is just write this to the changelog, right? So we just write the file. How do we do that? fs write, I guess. The path is the changelog md. And then the contents are just the changelog, I think. Wait. Does it actually produce? No, we can just do nothing here. So we write that. Okay, so let's see. So when I press next, the changelogs should change. Add theming reloaded in added, right? So yeah, there you go. Cool. Nothing else has changed. Yep. Awesome. Okay, that's right. And now if I basically quit the app and I open it again, it'll keep going from where we left off, which is exactly what we want. Amazing. In fact, I could actually get rid of the copy feature now, superfluous, because since we're actually just saving, it's unnecessary to copy it. So let's remove it. We can get rid of the icon as well, module, and yeah, remove a bunch of complexity that's unnecessary. In fact, now this just returns container in both cases, so that works. And let's get rid of the font. Changelog fonts. Okay. Should I center this or should I keep it up there? Not sure. Maybe I could place it down here as well. I think this makes sense. Let's keep it like that. Okay. We're gonna remove theming reloaded because that's not what I want the name to be for that. Okay. So let's commit this. Wait, what did I? Oh yeah. Well, I made a bunch of changes. This is not gonna be a very granular comment, but whatever. Save. Overwrite changelog md after each review in changelog tool. Yeah, sounds good. Signing. All right. So I guess now we just gotta use it. We just gotta review, do the actual review. Okay, theming reloaded. The current theming approach is quite painful and confusing. Right, so here basically what I did is I refactored the theming approach to use closures. So this is an addition, this is a feature. So I could be like this could be closure based styling. Maybe? Is that understandable? Maybe it's not very, I mean, you know, yeah, it doesn't really explain what it does very well. Style, widget styling through closures. Closure powered widget styling. Closure powered function. Functional widget styling? No, it's not functional. Closure based. Yeah, closure based widget styling. Closure based is the thing. Probably not. Well, I'm inventing that word. Let's go. Yeah, another thing I have to think about is the capitalization of the titles here. Probably don't want it to be capitalized. So, yeah. Make ping grid appearance items visible to others. So this just exposes some things. So this is a fix. And it's it should be something like style paint grid style fields not public. Private paint grid style fields. So this will read fixed private paint grid style fields, I think. Okay, makes sense. Fix some comments. This just fixes some documentation comments here and there. Some documentation comments. Comments, some documentation typos. Use integer coordinates for input caret. This should stop the caret from changing thickness in screens with an integral scale factor. This is more like input caret blurry input caret I mean, yeah, it would be cool to have an AI do this, but you're always. I find it's tricky to do that. I mean, it would have to be able to have access to the code, I think, in order to do it properly. Um, so it wouldn't be that straightforward to feed. Like I would have to somehow feed the code base, and it would have to understand, like, because some of this stuff I need to actually check the code to see what changed, and I don't think the AI. It's not as simple as, oh yeah, I feed you the commit history and the description of the PRs. Like some PRs don't have any description. People don't actually provide any description whatsoever. So it'll probably make up a bunch of stuff. But it would still be probably useful for most of it, like for the ones that actually have information. But they do hallucinate a lot. Non-integral scaling. Yeah, blur input credit with non-integral scaling. Okay. Fix global drag state after release left mouse button. Ensure the correct handling of event status after checking all possible events. Previously, it was returned before checking mouse events, resulting in the scroll being dragged continuously from the first click onwards. Oh, I think this was a. See, even in this case, it would have had to have access to the comments itself too, because yeah, I mean, I imagine that what's the AI model? Klaus, right? Is it Klaus? Cloud. Yeah, Cloud. It may be possible. Maybe capable of doing that. So what did I do here? Yeah, this is a scrollable scroll bar stuck in a scrollable under some circumstances. We don't have to be super precise, Like if you want to know exactly, you can click here and like take a look if you're very curious. Oh yeah, O1. Yeah, I saw that. Looks insane with the whole chain, like logic chain and stuff. The examples they show, they're crazy. There's like you can see the AI talk to itself. But I'm skeptical about. I've heard that it still gets a lot of stuff wrong. So you mean in OpenAI, you mean closed AI? Wasn't OpenAI funded by Elon Musk to keep AI open? Wasn't that the whole point of like avoiding like making AI open so that no one like it doesn't become a centralized thing and no one gathers the power of AI, so no particular country or organization holds all the power, and it's like they become what they were meant to destroy. Isn't that Yeah, that's a good point. How would you make any money with it? Yeah. How do you fund all the GPUs to train the models, huh? That's a good question. Implement setter for filter method property of beware. Filter method. For image beware. Property. Filter method. Let's call it property. Something about the tool we've done is that we cannot actually go back. We cannot undo. So once I click next, that's it. But you know, I can always edit the changelog manually later. Yeah, I read this article about Neuralink as well. Like Elon has a lot of, he's very invested in AI and stuff like that. Very worried about AI becoming rogue and, you know, having Skynet kind of stuff. I don't know if he just watched a lot of sci-fi or that's an actual real threat. Haven't thought that much about it. Okay, now here, this one seems. Oh, I used function pointers here. So that's not closure-based widget styling. I need to change that one. Okay. Let's call it functional widget styling. Oh, wait. Yeah, I gotta reload. Okay. Yeah, exactly. I heard something about that. Isn't there like a meme about this? Star Wars meme, you were supposed to stop the Sith. To destroy the Sith, not join them. Yeah. Program API. Yeah. Vera Theme. Da, da, da. This is a fix. Try to change the flow behavior when running on what? Instead of always depending to the body, the runtime will look for an element with the identifier and replace it with applications. It's convenient for it. Probably this is a change. Whoa! It added it as added. We have a bug. Let's see. Probably, I'd imagine it's probably using the wrong into string, maybe. Wait, no, that actually seems fine. Changed. Changed. Why is it adding it in added? Maybe it's in the target. Oh, yeah. Rookie mistake. Changed. There you go. Introduce auto detect theme feature. So we remove the first part. Auto detect theme feature. Cool. Empty GPU draw calls and image pipeline. Go. Using the premultiplied alpha GPU compositor mode. Seems to work fine. Nice comment. Support for premultiplied alpha GPU compositor mode. Composite mode. Let's go with that. Fix layer invalidation for responsive widget. There's your usual lazy widget statefulness causing issues. Okay. Type driven renderer fallback. Oh yeah, this was cool. By the way, Richard, when OpenGL renderer, people want it. I'm sorry to call you out here in the open like that, but you promised it. Class-based theming. Correct white shadows when with you're working on something new. Is it eyes related? Is it gonna be open source? Give us something. High border reduce. Okay. Staging belt for regular buffer uploads. This is not really an addition. Probably a change. Yeah. Use generic content in text to avoid relocation in fill text. changed. Uses radar sizing to initialize column and row capacity. Changed. Specialized widget text helper. This PR specializes the arguments of widget text by manually implementing a new text into fragment trait. Yeah, this is also a change. Why are changes not being found? I think that we have a bug here where changes are not being. Probably am I not? Let me see. Did I? Oh, yeah, I just labeled them wrong. Amazing. Open source and a tool of ice depths. Cool. So is it related to Comet in any way, or? Yeah, I know it's boring. That's why I got rid of it. It was such a pain to maintain. It wasn't fun, and it's like, why are we maintaining something that's already dying? Mm. Expose the text size, line height fields in text editor. Fix an issue with cosmic text. Wrap word which will not fall back to glyph in cases of very long words. Let's see. Yeah, so this only changes the exposed text size and line height fields in text editor. So this is actually an addition. No, I haven't made the code public yet. It's very rudimentary so far. For those of you that don't know, Comet is the it's the new debug. It's like a debugger application for iced that should replace this screen here, or this overlay here. This thing that's barely readable. This is the current debug view of iced. So Comet replaces that with a new iced app that opens when you press F12, and it displays graphics about charts about the performance of your app, and it's meant to actually have things like an inspector, layout tools, and stuff like that. But yeah, it's still pretty much experimental, very beta. Is secure before a copy cut from text. This PR let's check secure value before copying or cutting from the field. What is this? Is this so you cannot copy from it? Yeah, you cannot, yeah. fixed. Should be allowing on a secure. Yeah. Actually, copycat vulnerability. Yeah. Hey, golden guy. Is now a good time to try it again? It's always a good time to try it. It's still very experimental. Documentation is not the best, but if you are, there's a lot of examples, and we're certainly like the documentation has been a bit better because I wrote 3 chapters of the book. There's also a pocket guide now that we have over here. So this is like a crash course twice. So I would say it's better than ever to try it. Also, the API has been simplified quite a lot, especially styling and the way to start an application. But don't expect a lot of documentation. Don't expect to be smooth sailing, basically. It's still an experimental toolkit. Palette background text color pairs. Built-in theme. It's not really improper. Yep. I think that actually the application API of doing a builder strategy was your idea too, if I'm not wrong. Like I remember I was refactoring it already, but I don't know if I just made, I don't remember. How do you say when something is not good enough? What's a word for that? Improper, synonym of improper. Incorrect. Not really incorrect. Lewd? What? Yeah, I don't know. Improper. Let's go. Mediocre. Oh, mediocre is good. Inadequate. Oh, inadequate's good too. Yeah, inadequate is what I had in mind, I think. Thanks, Shane. Do you think ICE will hit stable next year? No. I don't think so. We have a lot of work to do before stable. In fact, there's a roadmap somewhere there in the Discord. You can find it. But there's a lot of work to do. And the last 20% of the work is going to be like the last 20% of the features are going to be the most amount of work, because getting the details right is where things are going to, for example, getting accessibility right is going to be very hard. Getting focus, handling, keyboard shortcuts, that's what I'm going to be focusing on for the most part for the next release, and it's going to be tricky. Integrating properly with OSs, right? Like tray icon stuff, for example. Proper compositor integration as well for any kind of incremental rendering, or we want to do video rendering, stuff like that. Yeah, we want to decode videos on the GPU or things. It gets crazy, but I'm also not exactly sure what we will actually consider 1.0 at which point yet. It's not even the horizon. So asking that question is like, I don't know. Super far away. I'm not very familiar with Typist, but if they have an API to draw things like as bitmaps, or so if you can get like an image out of it, you could render that in ICE using an image. You could also use the shader widget. We have a shader widget that, let me see, custom shader here. Oh, let me show you, wait. I'll just run the example. So we have this widget here that you can use to render anything you want, as long as it has a WGPU API. So you have access to WGPU. Oh, well, it panics. Format exact PNG. Well, this is a bug. Oh, is this? Oh, what's this? It seems like an image issue. Like we're not enabling a feature to decode PNGs. Well, I gotta check that out. What's going on? Image workspace true. Well, it's not enabling image. That's it. Yeah. See how it's actually now enabling the decoders. Right. So this is a widget. This is a shader widget, and you can render 3D or whatever you want. Basically, you have any power you want to. You could render a video game or whatever you want rendered here. You can control it with the UI. And so you can integrate this with ICE, right? You can integrate any graphical application, every graphical widget you want. So if Typist has something like that, you could use this to render that, to render any math. But you cannot render math using ICE by default. Like there's no math widget or anything like that. It's a very hard problem. Like we don't do any typesetting or anything. Oh, what's the rationale for this? Fixes. Why are we using? Oh, yeah. This is a fix on the dependencies MD. Okay. Add stronger guarantee of variability to contrast for playback and text color paste. Wait, I just added that. Didn't I just do this PR? 2376. Huh. So we probably have a bug somewhere that it's adding the changelog twice or something. So let's just restart it. We gotta check for, yeah, we have to check for duplicates here. In the list, I guess. In fact, let's contribution here. Let's add partial equal. Is there a way to have a set that respects ordering? The original ordering in Rust? Not sure. Well, I'll fix it later. Let's just keep going with this changelog. Yeah, selecting text. I would say you're probably out of luck there. It's gonna be super complicated for you to implement text selection on math, because you're gonna have to know exactly the glyph positions of each part of the math formula, right? Or the text you are rendering. And it's not easy at all, because you're selecting a rectangle, and glyphs are positioned inside the rectangle in different orders, and sometimes you have right to left, left to right. So text selection is tricky. We don't even do it with simple text yet. So wait, I could add this already. Did I? I think I added this as changed. What's going on? Interesting. I don't see it. But I swear I added that. Oh, it's not adding it. Oh yeah, it is. No, it's not. Why is it not adding this one? Oh, it's because of the, oh. Damn it. Yeah, I see what's going on. So basically we're splitting here. We're splitting based on the hashtag, but there's two here. We're assuming that there's not going to be a hashtag on the entry, but there can totally be. So where am I parsing the number? Here. So I want to assume, yeah, I want to assume it starts like that. Select this part. Okay. Yeah, now it works. I mean, we could, to do the unique thing, we could create a set. Wait a sec. I think I'm like listing the contributions here. Yeah, we could get the actual contributions here. Like that. Then return it at the end, right? And then we can make it mutable. Then we can make, I don't know, a unique and do a B3 set. From either contributions, either. Well, probably can do it by a reference, right? Yeah, we need to implement partial ort for this and ort, which can be done easily. And then with this, I can actually do contributions, retain. Wait, how do I remove the actual duplicate here? What am I trying to do here? Yeah. I just do contributions. Wait. No, I have to keep the order. Yeah. So contributions, retain. Yeah, I'll just remove it from the actual retain mode. I think that's what we need. If unique, remove the contribution is. Isn't this an is? What does this return? Oh, a boolean. Okay, cool. Type annotations needed. Back. Mutable borrow occurs here. Ah, right. I gotta clone it. Yep, makes sense. And I need to make this mutable. So now basically I'm going through the contributions in order and removing any duplicated ones. That should work. Not the most efficient, but well, it doesn't seem like we have any duplicated ones, so anymore. Remove external node struct from download progress example. What does this do? Oh. Remove unnecessary struct from download progress example. Should this be removed? Let's go. It makes sense. Download. Next. Improved architecture for iGPU and ice tiny Skia. Raise internals of both iGPU and ice tiny Skia over removing one directions will find little interest in more state catching. Yeah, I made it an addition, but this is a change. Because these are internal. Implement back pressure mechanism for ice winnet proxy. SPR consistent connecting the output of an async bounded MPC. Yeah. Is this a fix? This is not a fix. Could be a fix. Let's close some stuff. The event loop proxy in winnet is implemented using an unbounded MPSC channel. In practice, this means that we have to be careful when publishing to this channel. So it will simply keep allocating, yeah. Could be a fix. What is this fixing? So this is fixing memory. Unbounded memory consumption by ice winnet proxy. Yeah, that's what it's fixing. Allow checking whether a text editor is focused. In this case, that I have a widget for wrapping text input and handling undo. Is focused for text editor state. Okay. Nice. Error message in icon RS has a typo. Typo in icon error. Don't consume and use scroll events. Nested scrollable consuming all scroll events. Capturing, actually. It's a better word. So I think more descriptive. Hello, climate change. Doesn't bargain. How's it going? Make image cache eviction strategy less aggressive in ice GPU. Let's go. Stack widget. Yeah. Capture scrollbar events in a scrollable before content events. The content of a scroll could cause scrollbars to become stuck. This PR fixes that. This is I think we fixed something like this before. scroll content capturing scrollable. So with that, fix some text editor quirks. This PR fixes an addition with overflow when scrolling a text editor widget inside the scrollable, and an edge case where the card could be rendered outside a bounce after scrolling. Overflow when scrolling text editor. Out of bounds. Correct. And overflow when scrolling in text editor. Yo, Clark, what's up? We cooking. It's happening. Hopefully. I mean, we're 1/3, a bit less than 1/3 done with the changelog. And after that, we have to prepare the branch. And then, yeah, we'll hopefully release before the night ends. Hover widget. Let's go. Retain caches in iCPU as long as RC values are alive. Let's go. Canvas cache grouping. Let's go. Use bytes crate for image and SVG. I think I used it for SVG here too. Or maybe not. Yeah, only image. Did I do here too? I made some further changes to use bytes for the image buffer data containers as well. This way we would be allocating, oh yeah. Add missing the right debug and librs docs. The debug line is missing the librs or exists in the readme. SPR adds that missing line. But wait, this is a derived default? Yep. Not debug. Yeah, in the overview. Grabbing image viewer from outside the widget. Fix out of bounds scrolling, but I noticed the grabbing the image from anywhere was still possible. Being grabbed from outside the widget. But that's not very descriptive. Image viewer triggering grab from outside the widget. It makes more sense. Adding feature image rotation. Rotation for image and SVG. I think this is the one that I changed it so that it worked both for images and SVGs. There was a nice conversation here. Two people really going at it. Love to see it. I simplified and renamed some stuff here and there. The most important change is the removal of the scale argument to draw image and draw SVG. It seems redundant since we're already providing specific image bounds. Yeah, so it works for... Yeah, it should work for SVG as well. So it's for both. Right. Rotation support. Introduce center widget helper. Introduce dynamic opacity support for image and SVG. Dynamic opacity support for image and SVG. I use sometimes lowercase for widget, sometimes uppercase. I need to make this more consistent. The thing is that widgets are both helpers and structs, so both are valid, but yeah, we should keep things consistent. I think I'm going for the lowercase because it also refers to a module too. Fix Windows fighting over shared image cache. Yeah. Ice percent mode mbar to pick a WGPU present mode. Update winit to 030. Okay. Reuse glyphon pipeline state in ice GPU. Let's go. Add specific with variant to window position. Align images to the logical pixel grid in iGPU. This fixes blurry images or images. Wait, am I aligning to the logical pixel grid? What? Why? Is this the logical pixel grid? I think so. Yeah, because I'm rounding before the scale. Okay. Fix clock example doesn't get the correct local time under Unix system. Yeah. Clock example incorrect local time in clock example under Unix system. Is Unix capitalized? Yeah, I think. In fact, it's all, whatever. Correct local time and clock example under Unix system. Yeah. Lots of fixes. Wait, where did I? Oh, I put it in added. This should be in fixed. Let's move this over here. Introduce text macro. Hey, Richard, that's you. Text macro helper. Hello there. Add viewport scale to screenshot data. Addresses this, which I thought already merged. Viewport scale to screenshot data. To screenshot? Scale factor field to screenshot. It's a field, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's it. To this is in window, right? Yeah. To window screenshot. That's what we are adding next. Command arrow left right input behavior for Mac OS. Command. What's the UTF-8 command Mac OS? There's an icon for that, right? This one, right? Plus arrow left UTF-8. So that, but I didn't copy it. And all right. Yeah, that's it. I think that works. Yeah. You think it was pretty based and you're not biased at all? It was pretty based, actually. I've been using that macro a lot. Super handy. Super useful. So it's obvious in hindsight, but I never thought about it. Allow for styling of the menu of a pick list. Styling support for the menu of a pick list. For overlay menu of pick list widget. Introduce window ID to event subscriptions. Oh, task API. Nice. I didn't elaborate much, but this was a really, really great. This basically removes command completely and makes it so that you can actually change tasks. Yeah, this was a good one. Probably should be in at the top. I have to order this, sort these out when we're done. Wayland. Wayland packages in dependencies MD. Okay. Context menus as in opening them. If you want them to be, for example, if I pressed right here and you want them to actually go out of bounds of the window, so float on top of the current window so they can go outside. Those are tricky because those are actually, we have to open a new window for those. And I think that there's a kind of model windows that are supported by the different platforms, but I don't think Winit supports those yet. So we would have to roll our own implementation of some sort. So we're waiting for that. It's also, I don't know, a bit tricky to handle the rendering with, like, we will have to have a distinction between the windows that are actually the application windows and then the actual context menus. And then we need an API to actually allow widgets to create these menus and open these kinds of windows. So there's a lot of added API surface that we have to design. So it's gonna take a while. I don't know. I think that they are there in the roadmap for next release, or but we release twice a year, so probably sometime next year. That's as much as I can promise. And you never know. I delay features all the time. Like, for example, input method editing and right to left text were slated for this release, but I ended up moving them to the next one. Because as I work on stuff, I get focused and involved in other things. Because you're working on something, and as you explore that, you find other things and you want to work on those. And you can take advantage of the fact that you're already deep in the rabbit hole of those specific things. Whereas if you just switch to something else, then you have to get back there and context switch. So you never know. It's all, generally I cannot really say when is X feature landing. It's a hard question always. I can't really promise anything. It's just whenever it lands, I guess. Whenever things are ready. Yeah, so adding context menus that do not go out of bounds of the window, that should be easy. And that's something that we could add very easily. So for example, if I pressed here, instead of the menu going out of the window like that, it could just simply render it like that. It could detect the window boundaries. So that would be just a simple overlay implementer of the trait, which we already have a menu. The pick list uses like this menu over here. This is actually an overlay. So you can actually just implement a widget that, simply shows one of these menus wherever you click. That wouldn't be hard. It can be done already by user code. We just don't have that natively yet. Or row and column. Schwartz. I think there's something up here. Where's this guy? We've added Schwartz, but it's not there. Did we just add that? Andrew Schwartz. Oh. Oh, okay. I was reading the name wrong. It was actually rapping. I want to thank everyone. We cannot miss anyone. Implement content fit for viewer widget. Content fit for image viewer widget. Content fit method. Content fit property. Nah, content fit for image. Ah, that's that. Implement display for radiance. Display implementation for radiance. This is solid state DJ. Let's make sure that it's added. Yeah, there you go. Daemon API and shell runtime unification. Yeah, another big one. We got rid of a bunch of code duplication here. This was huge. And then we also introduced a daemon API, and we got rid of sandbox and application. No, we got rid of. No, I renamed. Oh, I just renamed it to application. No, wait. Did we get rid of the application trait here? I think I may have kept it for a while. Yeah, I think I kept it for a while. I don't remember. No, I got rid of it. Yeah, I think this is where we got rid of the traits. Cool. I'll be back, going to bathroom break. Yo, I'm back. A nice overlay. Yeah, that would be cool. Eventually, you know, if I start doing this regularly, we can get fancy. I've already looked into some different tools. There's this thing called Streambot. Yeah. And it's a local. No, I don't think this is it. StreamerBot. Yeah, StreamerBot. It's a plugin for OBS, and it has like its own API, and you can create your own scripts. So we can get quite fancy, customize everything. We could do a. I've been thinking about like maybe eventually do a small app that integrates with OBS, and you can just configure streams or something. We could do something like that. That would be cool. To kind of animate layouts or text, or I don't know. Make it open source as well. Yeah. Add methods for Windows settings in application. Helper methods for window settings. Okay. Halfway there. Let's go. Implement copy, unfill, and stroke. Now imagine how long it would take me without this tool, you know? It took me weeks sometimes to get the changelog up to date. Like honestly, I gotta, yeah, because I would be so exhausted. I would put it off so much that it would take me forever to actually finish it. It wasn't pleasurable. This is actually so much better. Implement copy, unfill, and stroke. Copy implementation for canvas fill and canvas stroke. Is that it? Is that where it is? Is it a canvas? Fill, stroke, yeah. Oh no, did we get rate limited? Oh yeah, GitHub sometimes doesn't load for me. It's gotta just... No, something's going on. Is GitHub loading? $24.87, it's not actually loading. Well, let's add logging now that we're at it. Let's see what's happening. What am I using for logging? In the Tor? Tracing subscriber? Okay. Changelog main. How does this work? You initialize it like that? Yeah. Okay. Community management. Whatever, what does that exactly mean, right? Error decoding response body. Ooh. What would it mean for someone to do community management? Oh, did you check the PR? Doesn't have a description? Oh, you mean that maybe we have to do it to make it an option? Okay, let's see. Markdown parts. Well, we'll do this. Wrap or. We do no description provided. Ah. The return type of this call is static string. To the type arguments this method are incorrect. Why doesn't this work? Oh, ask the ref, I think. Yeah. Yeah, you were right, Richard. Was probably returning null in the response. So yeah, good catch. Right. I guess that the question would be, who would be the community manager? It has to be a volunteer. Why, like, the thing is, it could just happen organically, right? Anyone can take that role and say, I'm going to review PRs, I'm going to provide feedback. It's just complicated for someone to take on that role without being very involved in the core team and being very involved in the library for a long time. And that means I have to maybe guide that person, and that means I have to put effort on sharing my vision with them. In the end, it's still work that I have to do, right? I just don't know what would it actually entail for me to say, you're a community manager. It's not as simple as just pointing at someone, right? Or, someone comes to me and say, I want to be a community manager. It's like, yeah, but in order for you to be a community manager, you have to be engaged in the community. I think that Brock was kind of like, we had someone named Brock that did a bunch of this stuff. He was a moderator on Discord, but then he left. So it kind of just happened kind of organically, right? Quad border alignment? Let's put here clarification. Border alignment for what? Oh, border. It's not border alignment. It's border well, I don't know what word you would use for describing. I think it in CSS is called box sizing something. Yeah, I mean when you have money, right? You have a foundation and you pay people, it's super easy. But when it's just all done from the goodwill of people and you have a community manager and they have to deal with people, people. There's good people out there, but in open source there's also a lot of entitled users, and you don't have good interactions most of the time. So someone that will willingly expose themselves to that, either they have to love the project a lot or they have to be very involved in it. Hide internal task constructors. Okay. Hide subscription internals. Okay. Wait, where did that was added to added. Nope, don't want it there. Want it here. Yeah. Select all functionality. Yeah, that was fine. Select all functionality and Control A to text editor. Sounds good. PGBL. Abortable task added. Let's go. Stream try channel helper. Let's go. Add ice widget helper to display the ice logo. Comet. Let's go. Align X and align Y helpers to scrollable. Let's go. Remove extraneous comments. This is a fix. In scrollable module. Add some built-in textiles for each palette color. Embedded scroll bar support. Yeah, this was cool. On press with method for button. Yes. Okay, we're going pretty fast now. Board and drop to task handle. Improve view ergonomics. This period improves some of the ergonomics of view code. Okay, this is a change. This period improves some of the ergonomics of view code. Yeah, improve view ergonomics. Besides events, subscription to window module. This is an added. I don't know why it's a change. Update cosmic text and re-SVG. Let's go. Rich text and markdown widgets. Huge feature. Link support to rich text widget. Let's go. Custom key binding support for text editor. Nice. Background styling to span background styling to span rich text. To rich text widget. Tarka, nice. Underline support for rich text, nice. Strike through support for rich text, nice. We went all in with rich text. Snap quad lines to the pixel grid in nice GPU. This is a fix. This is really a fix. It's more of a change than a fix, I would say. Let's go change. Update websys 20369. Change. Image and SVG support for Canvas. Oh, this was nice too. The solar system example is so cool now. I think I got the Earth rotation wrong. Should be rotating the other way in this video. Fix it later though. Like the moon rotates the opposite way than the Earth rotates, I think, if that makes any sense. But I'm not an astronomer, so don't quote me on that. Implement row wrapping widget. Row wrapping widget. Display top contents in over widget when focused. Top layer in hover widget hiding when focused. Text editor, avoid rendering text outside the border. Oh yeah. Text rendered out of bounds. Text editor widget. Or out of bounds text in text editor widget. Yeah. Better. Avoids now closing up Wayland doesn't come with a free seg fault. Seg fault on Wayland when dropping window before clipboard. When closing the app, right? Yeah. It's probably better. Add compact variant for pane grid controls. This was very recent. Compact variant for pane grid controls. Pane grid controls. Yeah. Implement line X for text input. Line X for text input widget. Yeah. Separate image widget support from image codecs. I think that I did something else here. Image without codecs feature. Yeah. And that's a long changelog. Add a colored variant for container style. Container background helper, I think. Background styling helper. All right. Allow disabled text input to still be interacted with. This is a change, or this is a feature change. It's probably a feature. In disable text input, I think it's more like a change to me. It's not really a feature. Seems easier to explain as a change. Allow disabled text input to still be interacted with. That makes more sense. Text wrapping support. Option for undecorated shadow on Windows. Undecorated shadow window setting for Windows. Yeah. Add command for setting mouse pass through. So tasks. Tasks for setting mouse pass through. Okay. Feature duct to component trait. Fix. Lazy feature flag not present in doc documentation. Not present. It's not present. Is what word do I want here? Sometimes not present. Remove out of date comment from custom widget example. Okay. Removed out of date comment from custom widget example. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff that's been removed, but it's in these PRs, right? So in a way, yeah, the changelog is more of a, here are all the PRs we merged, rather than here's a somehow digestible set of changes that you can consume to upgrade. That's trickier to write. Would need a lot of work. Small addition for the text input widget. Oh yeah, this is maybe helpers for text input. It's called handlers. Scroll transactions. Is that descriptive enough? System that keeps scrolling to only one layer at a time, based on the behavior in Mozilla's Gecko engine, which is more in line with what users expect. Behavior in Mozilla's Gecko. Scroll transactions for scrollable widget. Yeah, something like that. Almost there. Enable horizontal scrolling without shift modifier. Yeah. This is a change. And I've noticed there's a bug here with this particular PR, with this particular feature that we had to look into. Because when you scroll, you have a nested horizontal scrollable inside a vertical scrollable, and you scroll, it scrolls both. And that's not good. Add mouse button to mouse click. Yeah, this is an internal change. So we're putting it in changed. Support wasn't target for download progress. Wasm support for download progress example. Okay. Scroll by operation by Lufte. Widget operation. Notify scrollable viewport changes. This is a change. Render border above active progress for progress bar widget. Border of progress bar widget being rendered below the active bar. Proof slider widget styling. This to allow handle and rail to have gradients. Additionally, it's also now possible to style the border of the rail. Slider widget enhancements to slider widget styling. Add unscroll handler to mouse area widget. That's fine. Stroke rectangle to canvas frame. Override redirect for X11 Windows. Setting. Disable state. Support for toggler widget. Radi typo in WGPU shader. Color parse helper. For parsing color strings. Rendered rectangle graphics. These adds rendered rectangle to canvas path, I think. Yeah. Next, add width setter for text editor widget. Width method to text editor. Fixed priority of binding delete in text editor. Incorrect priority of binding delete in text editor. Fix division by 0 in multi-touch example. So division by 0 in multi-touch example. Remove clone bound for graphics cache clear. Nice. I remove. Add physical key and modify key to keyboard event. Almost there. An open handler to combo box widget. Expose additional mouse interaction cursors. Additional mouse interaction cursors by airstrike. Cool. Document how the state of a component can be managed. Improve documentation of component state management. Okay. Initialize FontDB for SVG rendering. This is a this is fixing something else. This is fixing text not visible. Invisible text in SVG widget. That's what it's fixing. Slider handle mouse wheel events. Scroll wheel scroll wheel handling for slider widget in slider widget. Is this the last one? I think so. Richard, we're ending with you. WASM 32 deployments not displaying anything. Boom. Oh no, there's one more. Fix unnecessary COM initialization on Windows. Yay. We're done. We need to show some fireworks here. We could do that. The canvas or something. If anyone wants to do it, the code is in the repo. That'd be cool. Some fireworks. Right. So now if I enable it again, yeah. If I run it again, it just knows that it's up to date. Cool. So now I can reload all of this. And here's our changelog. Cool. So the only thing I want to do is I want to add the most important features at the beginning. So I think these are type-driven render, fallback, class-based theming. Class-based theming is not as important, but I'm gonna put it there. Stack widget, hover widget, probably right at the beginning. These are the most probably just flashy or simple to understand. The widget additions, changes, task API. I would say it's important. Probably maybe the most important after the program API. See if I can find the program API. Text macro helper, put it here. Daemon API and short runtime unification. Where's the program API? Oh, here. Vera Theme, let's put it here. Outo detect theme feature. Let's put it here. Rotation support for image and SVG widget sounds nice. Put it over here. There's also another one, the dynamics opacity related to that. Abortable task. Where should I put this? Over here. Maybe here. Abortable task. Rich text and markdown widgets. Yep. Yep. Scroll transactions, I think, also are nice. I'm gonna show them maybe here. Abort and drop to task handle. Let's put that over here. Underline, background styling, strike to support. Yeah, all this stuff after the rich text widget or over here at some point. Maybe here. Yeah, that sounds good. What else? Do you think there's any other features that should be showcased? Should be at the top? Anything worth? Physical key and modified key to keyboard event. That's probably important. Canvas cache grouping, center widget helper. Key binding support for text editor, maybe interesting for some people. Put that there. Align X for text input widget sounds somehow related to text editing, so let's put it close there too. Where is this? Here. Call out to Icebreaker to cluster the like-kinded PRs. We already discussed using AI. I don't know. I don't want to risk it. It'll probably change the whole thing. It's a long, yeah. Do you mean text wrapping? Yeah, text wrapping's probably, where is it? Here. Text wrapping support. Here. So program API, task API, daemon API, rich text and markdown widget, stack widget, hover widget, text macro helper, text wrapping support. Functional widget styling, closure-based widget styling, type-driven renderer fallback, class-based theming. Yeah, probably that. Background styling to rich text widget, design support for rich text. Okay. Row wrapping as well. Okay, let's put it there. That seems pretty good so far. Seems good. Okay. Wait a second. Let's add the... I fixed some stuff here. Should I do it granularly? Let's do it granularly. See if I can. P. So let's add tracing subscriber first. No, 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 nope, 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 nope. Yes. Nope. Nope. Add tracing subscriber to changelog tool. See? Yes. No, this is another fix. No, this is another fix. No, this is another fix. Yes. 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 No, another fix. No, another fix. No, another fix. No. So this fix is fixing the duplicated contributions. Fix duplicated contributions in changelog tool. Yeah, I could add that as well. Yeah. A shout out to the you mean the pocket guide? Yeah, or the book. Or both probably, right? They both landed this release. Yeah, I could add that. I should. Problem is that if I put the book there, people are gonna complain that it's just not finished. Gonna say, where's the rest? This is not enough. Or they will complain about the runtime chapter. Where does the magic come from? You're not explaining where the magic is. What is this crate you're using here? It's like, read the chapter. It explains what the magic is. Fix changelog parse when multiple present in entry. What else? Yes, yes, no, no, nope, nope. So this fixes fix changed category, change entries being pushed to added. Are you even writing docs, bro? Do you even write docs? Fix the serialization of pull request when with empty fix pull request with empty body in changelog tool. Enable image feature in custom shader example. And finally, okay. So do you think this is the most important thing? Should we add it the first thing? The book and the docs? Introductory chapters. In the guidebook. Problem is that this doesn't have a this doesn't have a PR, so it's gonna break the tool. Doesn't have a number. No. Exceptions. I mean, I could technically add it, but it's gonna change it to the wrong repo. Well, I mean, since we've already done with the changelog, it doesn't matter if the tool breaks or not. We're actually just gonna say unreleased and add this here. It's 18 over here. TTPS book ISRS. Pocket guide will be indocs rs iced, I think. And it'll be the pocket guide. So it'll be like that. Okay. Well, we use central, we use UTC, right? UTC, yeah, it's 18 in UTC, so. Okay. So let's just commit this. Update changelog. Right. That's a bunch of stuff we just pushed. Oh, I didn't check the lints. Probably. Did I introduce some new bad code? Yes, I did. Right, this is unnecessary. They already made this up here. Yeah. Fix unnecessary toString call in changelog. I could probably use the tag, right? That, yeah. Wait a sec. Like if I click here, yeah. So it'll be this. Okay, let's use that. Wait, actually it should be 013. Okay. Use permalink for pocket guide link in changelog. All right. Let's create a pull request for, I can't from here. Not logged in. Well, that's fine. I can just merge it directly. No pull request. No one to stop me. Let's make sure it passes CI. First. This one doesn't, of course, because of the lint. Okay. So after we merge this, what do we need to do? We can actually work on removing the dep suffix everywhere. Okay. And then we can also work on removing all the references to 012. That's something we can even do. Yeah, we want something like 3012. Yeah. Although I'm not sure. Yeah, those are all of them. Core widget, future, subscription, runtime. Yeah. Okay. Right there. So we do 013. Okay. Future subscription. Runtime lib. There's got to be a way to automate this at some point with it'd be cool if you could get some kind of variable here in Rust doc that automatically use the crate number. Because doing this every release is just brittle. And I always miss some part. 012. Conversion. With a lib. All right. Now we markdown. Nothing. Cool. Let's check the docs. The docs compile as well. Okay. The changelog, we also need to add the link here for 013. In fact, this should be 0.1, 013, 0, 013, 0 is going to be the unreleased stuff now. All right. Okay. Cool. So bump version to 013.0. Okay. So we're very close. Now all we need to do is merge this to master. And then we have to create the 013 branch. And we have to apply some of the changes that we have here. In particular, Where is it? It's gotta be the changelog change. Not the changelog change, the winit. Yeah, we gotta use the official winit. Use create IO release for winit here. This one. So we can cherry pick this, I guess. Yeah. And then of course just winit 030 here. That should be it. Okay. That's the merge just to master. Let's do it. Okay. Now from here we create branch 013. When we cherry pick this commit over here, which is gonna probably conflict in a bunch of places. In fact, yeah, conflicts everywhere. So we remove the URL handler example. What else? Cardigo Toml has conflicts. Yeah, of course. Oh, yeah, because we changed the whole thing. So we're gonna keep head. And I believe we're using 030, right? Of winit. Yep. Okay. I use 030 of winit. Lip has changed. Hit ice features event. Listen, raw, listen with. Oh, the listen URL needs to go. Okay. And deleted by us. Yeah, we gotta remove that. I think that fixes everything, but shouldn't there be a change to event as well here? Core event. Why isn't this changing? Did I actually get rid of the URL stuff? I didn't, right? No. I'm probably missing something. Wait. I think I changed the way that the events work. Yeah. Not here, it's just there's a subscription event. Yeah, that has now that. Yeah, the platform specific, macOS, received URL, all that stuff. Gotta go. In fact, I guess we can keep the platform specific just empty. Yeah, list and URL goes away. Winit program, received URL doesn't make sense. Received URL, runtime broadcast, that thing doesn't make sense. Not there anymore. Okay, that seems to be it. Just compile. Yeah, okay. Right, we remove a URL handler, received URL, and all the platform specific stuff. Yeah. All right. So cherry pick continue, I guess. Okay. Now we're using Winit's official 030. Let's make sure that everything is working. Let's run, I don't know, the solar system. We're back. Yeah, we should be back. So there's something with my mic that if I touch it too much, or the cable, it unplugs and plugs back in real quick. And if that happens, OBS just doesn't recover. And I have to close it and open it again. So that's why the stream went offline for a bit. So yeah, if you don't hear anything, I was talking. I don't know how long it was. I was talking to no one, but yeah. Basically, what's the last thing you heard? Basically, we're gonna release our own Glyphon fork because Glyphon, even though the maintainer has released a new version yesterday, it's using the new WGPU 22.0 release, but that has a huge performance cost in debug mode that I don't want the release to be affected by that. So we're gonna release our own fork. We're gonna call it Glyphon iced or icy Glyphon, or I don't know. How should we call the fork? Okay, last 5 minutes. All right, not too bad. I was actually worried that would happen. Sucks. Iced Glyphon. Anything after the Vulkan regression? So you heard about the WGPU regression, I guess. Okay, that's good. I need to check often here if it's working. Should we call it Isglyphon and that's it? This is a fork of Glyphon used iced. I think it is worth it because you are like most of the time when you are developing a UI or an application, you're working in debug mode. So you don't want your application all of a sudden to be 10 times slower. Even in debug mode, it's just gonna make things just not. I mean, it can be fixed by adding this, you know, you can fix by adding this to your, by basically disabling debug assertions in WGPU types. But I don't want to ask users. I don't think it's reasonable to ask users to add this. They should just figure out what the hell, if there's a need for this many debug assertions there, you know. ice cube emoji. I'm adding a bit of an explanation about why am I forking this and releasing it, so no one gets mad. Like I'm not, I have no plans to maintain Glyphon on my own or just completely fork it or anything like that. I don't want to make a statement like that. So hopefully that's clear. The temporary fork of Glyphon used by eyes until this job issue is fixed. Cool. Wait. Oh. Should call it 06 to keep it in, to keep it more or less synchronized with Glyphon. Is that it? This temporary fork of Glyphon. Okay. Rename to ice Glyphon and explain the reason of the fork. Okay. So okay, so I should be able to publish this, I think. Can I go publish? YOLO. Let's go. Yeah, boom, done. Okay. So now here we use ice Glyphon. Temporary fork. In fact, we can call it Glyphon, I think, and use a different package. You call package ice Glyphon. Like that, I think we can do it. Does that work? Yeah, I think so. All right. So yeah. Use temporary Glyphon fork until double GPU fixes debug performance. All right. So I think We're almost ready to release. We just released Ice Glyph on here. All right. Let's see. But 013. Okay, something is not working on Mac OS. Good thing. It's not telling me what went wrong. I need to sign in to view the logs. Let me see. Someone's pinging me in Discord. See what's going on with this test. Future source events. Matches no values because subscription platform specific is uninhabited. Yeah, we should probably get rid of that, maybe. Don't know why it's only failing on Mac OS. Why is this only failing here? Cargolint works, doesn't it? The test is working too. It says unreachable pattern. Oh, this is the beta Rust, so it would have worked unstable. Huh. I see. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Let's put a rebase on top of master and edit this one. Remove this stuff over here. Remove that. Remove that. Oh. Futures keyboard. Wildcard matches only with single variant. Right. Advanced, platform specific, doesn't exist anymore. Okay. Okay, we got it. Commit amend. Push force. Okay, that should fix it. Let's make sure everything works again. Cool. If you run this enough, the application crashes because it goes out of memory. This is a game of life example. It just keeps creating new spaceships. It's pretty cool. See how the cells keep growing. All right. See if CI passes here. Just to make sure. There's also an outdated documentation comment that I saw somewhere. That would be great to fix. I think I saw a mention of window main. No? Someone mentioned it on Discord. Hmm. Yeah, it's here. Remove outdated window ID main reference in docs. You're pushing and push force again. Let's go. Now if I go here, changelog, got our changelog right there. Pocket guide. Yeah, the pocket guide is not there yet. Of course. That's cool. That's a lot of things added. This is almost like 2 releases in one. And 0.12 and 0.10 were huge releases. So this one is big. All right. This is not a tag yet, but I will tag it as soon as we release. Get latest, get oldest, then you wait. Yeah. Are you asking for any specific reason? All right. It's gonna be gone. We're just gonna wait till CI passes. Yeah, I'll be writing more docs probably tomorrow, and I'll release 0.13.1. I have to do a once over of the docs. Have to go through them and make sure that they are updated. I just want to release right now. Get that done so that it's already out in the open. People can start relying on it. Iced AW can get updated. I don't see any point on delaying it further. And then tomorrow, or in the coming days, I'll try to write some more docs. There's another section I want to add to the Pocket Guide. Like, don't remember what it was about, but I know that I want to add another section. I just don't remember what it was about. Let me think. So I wanted to update this section. The scaling applications section. I want to add the action approach I use on Icebreaker. I know you've seen that pattern. I think it's pretty nice. So I have this idea of, for example, you're in search. This is the search screen, and the search screen has to tell the main, or like the main application, when it's done searching, and the user has decided to boot a specific AI model. So you have this enum action, and update just returns that. So you can return none for the most part. And if you want to run a task, you just have a run variant here and that kind of stuff. So I wanna showcase this pattern here. I think it's nice because the way I used to do it before is to have the same idea of action, but I would have the task like in a tuple here. But you can just have the task in as a variant of the actual action, and it just makes things way easier. And then in main, whenever you are in the search and you update it, you get the action, right? And you just match on it like that, which is super straightforward. But I wanted to add another section. I just don't remember what it was about. Oh well. Do you think there is anything missing? Anything that I should talk about? Anything you struggle or you see users struggling with? What is the thing that we should document? Yeah, we used to call it event, but the moment you have a task in it, I think it makes more sense to call it action, because it's an action that the screen is requesting to happen, not really an event anymore. It's not something that happened. It's something like the screen is requesting you run this task or do this, do that. For the Pocket Guide, I mean, like, is there anything missing in the Pocket Guide that comes to mind or that you would like to see added here? I know I wanted to talk about something else, but I don't remember. Like, I have subscriptions in there, scaling applications. Yeah, subscriptions. I've added some stuff. I've explained the lifetime of a subscription here a bit and the rationale of why even have this idea at all, right? Because a subscription can feel, why not just use a stream directly? Um, the reason for that is so you can have things like this, right? You have your state, you have a Boolean, and you can easily say declaratively, while the Boolean is true, I want to get an instant every second, right? So I want to get a message every second. And when that gets to false, I want nothing to happen, right? I want that to stop. And so you can write this and forget about the state of the subscription itself. It's stateless in a way. So this is declarative. So whenever this changes in your update, you don't have to worry about, oh, I had to stop the subscription, the stream, right? If you use actual streams and you could just run them, you would have to somehow abort the stream. You should, wherever you set this to false, you should also say this thing, kill it. But by having it this way, you can write very declarative stuff. It's the same way that view works, basically. It just works like view. The same way that widgets work, subscriptions work the same way. So I think, I don't know, I hope that this section here clarifies the confusion. Wait. Was it something I... No. Can't remember the section that I had in mind for the Pocket Guide. Oh well. You see, over? Oh, just one more. One more test. And we'll have green light. I think that should be all the dependencies that we're using forks of. Yeah. So creating your own widgets rarely makes sense, Climate. Unless It's a very advanced use case. So a widget is a button, right? It's a very low level UI primitive. It's the smallest piece, the smallest unit that has a single responsibility in a UI, right? So something like text, button, and then you compose those widgets and you build pages and whatever. So for the most part, you never want to, they're in like completely different categories. You never want to implement a widget for a page. That would be very painful because the widget API is not optimized for composing widgets. It's optimized for customize and for reacting to runtime events, to window events directly, and drawing directly to the window. So that's why if you try to actually use with the widget API or create a custom widget for any kind of composition, it's gonna be painful. It's already painful to create things like I don't know, like a combo box, for example, where you have a text input and you have a menu for it. It's hard to reuse the text input as a widget. Yeah, but component now is in this release is deprecated. We're getting rid of it eventually. Component is deprecated. So don't use it. The reason is because they introduce state that you don't really control directly. And so it's hard to have a single source of truth. It's hard to share state from a single point in your app if you have multiple components, each with its own copy of its own thing. It's better to simply use Elm architecture directly and leverage, just implement all the plumbing or do a custom widget in the case that you actually need to implement a custom widget. Meaning it's a small primitive thing that the UI is missing. Okay, we're ready. All systems go. We have a green light. Shall we do it? There's a specific order we have to follow. So we have to first release ice core, and then we have to go further down from the most foundational crate to the least foundational, because they're built on top of each other. So let's start by releasing 0.13 of ice core. Let's keep an eye on crates.io here. We should see it appear here. Let's release ice core 0.13. Go. Okay, ice core 0.13 released. There it is. Cool. What's next? The ice futures crate is next. Which builds on top of ice core, I think. Yep, built on top of ice core, but that's it. Cool. So let's go. Now it will download ice core that we just released. Yeah. Cool. Ice futures released. All right. What's next? We have, what crates do we have? Futures. Is there any other foundational crate? We could do highlighter. There's runtime too. But runtime needs, oh, runtime, yeah, we can release runtime. Let's release the runtime. We can release the highlighter as well, which I think only depends on core too. So highlighter. We go, runtime. My Helix config. So Helix generally doesn't really need a lot of configuration. But here you have config. So I'm using my own theme, which is just Scatpuccin Mocha. And I'm just overriding the error diagnostics here. And then I use just Control J, Control K to go to navigate errors. And then I use space W and space Q to write and quit real quick. So I don't have to type to do shift, shift dot for the colon. And then on languages, I have basically, Rust Analyzer. Most important part, I disable the auto imports. They're very annoying for me. So that's it. That's all the config, I think. You mean for automating the release? I like to release each one independently. It's like part of the process. Like I only get to do it once or twice a year, so you learn to love it. Okay, so we have runtime and highlighter. What else? Graphics, probably. Yeah, graphics. Let's go with graphics. And then after graphics, we can go with TinySkia and WGPU, I guess. The renderers. Cool. And then WGPU, then render, then widget, then winit, and then the root crate, I think. Renderer. There you go. The renderers are there. Okay, we can now release ice renderer. Then widget, I think, which depends on renderer and runtime. Good. Awesome. Widget. All right. I think we're only missing Winit and the root crate. Let's go. Winit. Smooth sailing so far. Knock on wood. All right. And now we just polish the root crate. This should be it. This is it. Seven months in the making. Boom. Let's go. All the crates coming together. There you go. Bang, released. We did it. Yay. Awesome. There we go. Iced 013. No downloads. Cool. All right. Let's let me tag the actual release on GitHub. Actually release it. Draft a new release. I have to do it on my laptop. I'm not logged in here. Copy the full changelog. All right. Boom. Now it should be here. Yep, there you go. Thanks, everyone. And thank you to all the contributors for this release. Here you have them. I don't know if any of you are here, but yep. Thank you for all of that. And to all the users of the library, thank you for trying it out. Hope it's not too frustrating to deal with all the changes and all the API breakages that I'm constantly contributing, but it's all worth it in the end. It will be worth it. Okay. All right. Guess we can wait till the docs are updated. Probably gonna take a while. I don't know the queue. There was a way to see the queue in docs.rs. But you can see here the recent releases. Is it here? Builds? Nope. Q, yeah. Oh, we're 8, I think. Cool. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. This is a new thing I'm trying out. I figured it would be interesting to share my open source work a bit and, you know, build ICE applications in the process as, you know, to help with documentation a bit. I know it's not a replacement, but it's something. Well, I'm gonna announce it on Discord as well. See? Done. Cool. Should do it more often. Well, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I have plans to do it, I don't know, whenever. One of the things I want to do is I want to build Icebreaker from scratch. Live on stream. Because that I had plans to record a video the same way that I did it for the text editor example of how I built Icebreaker and do it from scratch there, but I just struggle with recording videos. I'm too perfectionist, and yeah, it takes me many takes, and it's frustrating. So I prefer to just live stream it and YOLO it a bit. Like, it's also more interesting for people, I think, because they get to see the amount of times that I refactor and what's my reasoning behind like the whole process, just not just the end result, which is not really how development actually works at all. Okay, I'm just waiting for the queue to catch up, but yeah, it's taking a while. So I think we may just end it here for today. Thank you everyone for joining the stream. And we'll see you next time. I'll see you next time, probably soon. Don't know, maybe the weekend. We'll see. Have a good day, good night, good evening, wherever you are, and take care. Godspeed.